taking advantage of America and completely disrespecting America because our leadership was complete crap. Welcome back. Be sure to subscribe. Let's get right to it. First topic, Trump completely blasted the ABC fake news over a question about this 747 that was given to him by Qatar. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
Mr. President, what do you say to people who view that luxury jet as a personal gift to you? Why not leave it behind?
Your ABC fake news, right?
Why not?
Because only ABC, well, a few of you would. Let me tell you, you should be embarrassed asking that question. They're giving us a free jet. I could say, no, don't give us, I want to pay you $1 billion or 400 million or whatever it is. Or I could say, thank you very much. You know, there was an old golfer named Sam Snead. Did you ever hear of him? He won 82 tournaments. He was a great golfer. And he had a motto: when they give you a putt, you say, thank you very much. You pick up your ball and you walk to the next hole. A lot of people are stupid. They say, no, I insist on putting it. And then they putt it and they miss it. And their partner gets angry at them. You know what? Remember that, Sam Snead. When they give you a putt, you pick it up and you walk to the next hole and you say, thank you very much.
Respectfully, sir, as a businessman, some people may look at this and say, have you ever been given a gift worth millions of dollars and then not received anything?
It's not a gift to me, it's a gift to the Department of Defense. And you should know better, because you've been embarrassed enough, and so has your network. Your network is a disaster. ABC is a disaster.
Yeah, so first of all, let me know if you care at all that Trump took a gift from the Qatari people. I don't give a damn whatsoever. It's just like, listen, they offered up a gift. The guy took the gift. He says thank you, just like he said in the video there. It's just, if you don't take the gift, and then they might get a little bitter, like, oh, what, they don't want our gift? What's wrong with us, you know? And the only reason the libs just are pissed about it is because, number one, it's Trump, and anything Trump they completely hate. But number two, it's just that nobody wanted to give Joe Biden like a gift like that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody cared about Joe, nobody respected Joe Biden, right? And it just shows. And we will go over that later on in a topic on the show. But yeah, it's just anything Trump does, they are going to scrutinize, and whether it makes sense or not, to the detriment of their party. It's just like, listen, Trump's cool enough to get a free 747 from the Qataris. Great. He's taking the 747, bar none. But all right, let's get to the next topic. So Jimmy Kimmel thinks that reasonable people have TDS. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
I'm an optimistic person. I'm not hysterical. I laugh when people say, oh, you've got Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
I think if you're a reasonable person, you should have Trump derangement syndrome. Right. And by the way, I think he has derangement syndrome about us, too. The fact of the matter is, this is a dangerous person. This is a stupid person. And that's a bad combination.
I say it every time we do a Kimmel story here. Is there any bigger fall from grace than Jimmy Kimmel? I mean, he used to be funny on The Man Show, and then something must have just happened where he wanted to go big in Hollywood, and they said, listen, if you want to go big in Hollywood, you want a Tonight Show, we're going to have to control your mind, and you can no longer have a, you know, just an original thought. You're going full Hollywood propaganda machine. We get it. You were the Man Show guy, but yeah. No, you were going full Hollywood propaganda. And he's like, okay, yes, I will sell my soul to, you know, the elites of Hollywood, and I will let them control me and turn me into just the ultimate cuck. Like, basically, what has happened? Everybody knows that, you know, TDS is born and bred out of an absolute, complete inability to reason. And, you know, it just shows that if you have TDS, all you're doing all day pretty much is watching CNN and MSNBC and letting them control your impressionable mind. That's all it is. That's what TDS shows. It's you are an impressionable person who has let CNN and MSNBC's fear-mongering just control your thoughts and your mind and basically just turn your brain to mush. That's TDS in a nutshell for you, and Jimmy Kimmel is one of the worst, folks. One of the worst. But all right, let's get to the next topic. So CNN obviously is completely pissed off about the white South African refugees. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
So what's the difference between the refugees that they're talking about here and those refugees? I could guess. I mean, I think everyone...
They're white.
They're white. Thank you. They are white. And I think
look, if that is how you feel, fine, then hold the line. But there are people all over the world, even people in this country right now, who are who have sought asylum, who are going through the process of asylum seeking, and have been detained by ICE and are being deported. There's also a genocide happening in the Congo right now that I don't see any Congolese being getting relief to come to this country. So there are Afghanis that helped us in Afghanistan that we have left behind. Even the last administration didn't do right by them. This administration can do right by them, but they are not, because it doesn't fit the narrative of the type of immigrants that we want in our country.
And even saying, there is also a genocide happening in Congo. We got to be careful about acknowledging that
there's
not
a genocide
in South Africa.
That's right. There is no genocide.
Of course.
Of course, we all knew CNN, mainstream media, the liberals, they were going to be pissed about this because Trump's letting the white South Africans, who are basically being persecuted in their own nation just for being white, and they're being murdered, having their land stolen just for being white. So yeah, this is an actual situation where people who are seeking asylum from basically, racial persecution, this is a real asylum seeking situation, right? Everybody who thinks every illegal who's come over seeking asylum is like entitled to it, when basically 9 out of 10 asylum seekers are rejected. If you would listen to one Tom Homan interview, you would know that stat. But yeah, they think that you just come to the border, you say, oh, hello, coming asylum, and then you just get asylum. No, that's not how it works. You have to be fleeing from some sort of, genocide or political persecution or something from a government. It's not just, oh, I want a better life, so I'm going to America and gonna say asylum, and then I can just send all this money back to my family whatever crappy country I'm from. See, that's what the libs think asylum is. No, it's, oh, you're being politically persecuted, or, you're escaping a genocide? Okay, then you can go seek asylum in America. But that's the reason why 9 out of 10 are rejected, folks, because they don't have a legitimate claim to asylum. But all right, let's get to the next topic. So China has basically admitted that nobody respected Joe Biden. Go ahead, take a look at the clip.
What has to happen is it has to be fair for the American people. But in January 2020, President Trump produced a template. We had an excellent trade agreement with China, and the Biden administration chose not to enforce it. The Chinese delegation basically told us that once President Biden came into office, they just ignored their obligations.
First of all, let me know, did you respect Joe Biden as a president? Were you proud to say you were an American when Joe Biden was the president? And are you proud to say you're an American now that Trump is back in the office? Frankly, I think you are proud to say you're an American now that Trump's back. And it's, yeah, of course, everybody knows that nobody respected Joe Biden. That's why all these countries just completely let all their prisoners out and come to America and just cross the border illegally because, oh, Joe Biden's not going to do anything. Because they probably knew Joe Biden wasn't running the country, just like everybody else knew. Because all he was doing is sleeping and going on vacation like 48% of his presidency. I mean, at least China is coming around and saying, oh, yeah, we no respect at Joe Biden. We don't even do the trade agreement that Trump wanted and Trump came to it. We just said, oh, Joe Biden, he crappy president. We don't respect that guy. And that's exactly what happened. China just, oh, we're not even going to respect the trade agreement that we came to with Trump because Biden's in there and just, he's not going to do shit. And there you go, 4 years of China and the rest of the world just taking advantage of America and completely disrespecting America because our leadership was complete crap. But all right, that's it for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you